Hello. Yeah. So I hope I'm streaming. Don't know. Yeah. So yeah, let's try to make a text editor like the basic GUI. So yeah, I'll be using WSL Ubuntu. You can download this from Microsoft Store, I think. If you're using Windows, and I think WSL has some support for graphics, and with that hope I'll go on. If it doesn't work, then maybe on Windows. The goal is to render some characters in the screen after creating a window. I think, yeah, that's about the milestone for today. So let's get into doing that. So let's look if there is some way. So maybe we can use HDL2 for like window and platform related stuff. So we can port to Windows as well easily. And, maybe yeah. So first I need to install these things. I'll do that. Yeah, this is glad. Just download it. Don't know if it will work on do it. Let's try. Oh, yeah, we can basically get started right. Let's increase the font size. Yeah. So let's create a folder like mm, text editor. Right. And then let's go inside. Right. And here, hmm, so first of all, I have downloaded that blade thing. Right. So he is going to run SSL. Right. Copy this. Go to the Ubuntu home. I just go inside text editor and yeah, paste them. And if I do that, what do I see? Yeah, so I have these files, right? So let's make a folder. Uh, let's yeah. So let's make a folder. And let's call it source where our code will write and not read it. Okay, it already is. So first let's say glad, and then I can move to glad, right? Uh, no, sorry. Glad. So let's copy them. Why not? And then also let's copy SRC. Right. So if I go into glad, I can have to include an SSC, and I can go into the include, and I have glad, and now I have glad.h. Right. That's the thing I need. Okay. So that makes sense. Maybe what you can do is, first of all, remove include and source. Yeah, maybe we have main.cpp. Right. And then maybe in main. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, all the return zero is, I don't think, not needed. Let's just have this. Right. Uh, yeah. So let's try to create a makefile that will compile it. Yeah, this will be our editor. And it will use source slash main. And after it's done compiling, I can maybe just run it. Yeah, don't know if it will work, but we can try. Calling make. Okay, we got the editor. It gave some warnings. Unused parameters. Okay, but uh, I don't want unused don't want extra warning for now. I don't care. I think, yeah, if not, we remove all the flags. Oh, sorry. It was enough sound. Whatever it is doing, I don't like it. Just this is that. And yeah, we get our hello world, right? Second make, and for now this is good enough. When you need to change, you will change. Yeah, it should have basically worked. Now, what do we do? Yeah, so we have this glad, right? And we will change glad to dependencies, maybe, right? Yeah. So in the compilation, oh, and also I need to install HTML, right? So that part is also needed. But I think we will still do. I have already done, right? So at this point, I think yes, let these flags, right? Hopefully, yeah. So let's add the flags maybe here, right? So yeah, we can play with this and organize it later. But now I just want it to work. Make this check. Yeah, let's check if we have open. So we didn't run this command, right? Thought I ran this. Okay, this Y part we didn't, I think. Okay. Let's make okay. You know the error, but I don't want to address it right now. But it's compiling. So let's try to create a window and see if it's actually working. Right. Let's get started with the coding part, maybe. So yeah, let's get started with the coding part. Mm, uh, we were using source main, right? This was a file. So let's try to include SDL2. Right? And so I need to like add some macro, I think, or not. Okay, let's try this out first. Then I will modify things our way. Right. And yeah, we need glad as well. But for glad to work, we first need to include glad. Like it's already included, but it's in a very uh, long path. So maybe first we'll just fix that, right? So actually what we can do is we can go to our like file exactly, and here we can add include like and also its source main cpp. We also need to include a source. Don't know if it will work or see. I don't think it was cpp. It was C. You can check whatever sources that site tips. So let's see. So yes, that also right. So whatever compilation is unit is in this folder should also get compiled. With that, we first check, and also another thing, the make file. Yeah, we need. How do we include that part also? So yeah, I minus I and this thing. Correct. In our case, this is dead. Right. So now if we make right, okay, a new variable, that's fine. But this time it's ready. They're being treated as error. No, I don't want that. Don't do that. What I don't want is not having these things. And also, I would like to use C++17. Right. Not features necessarily, but if needed, then they should work. Right. And yeah, it actually worked on my second screen. So I can show you. Let's start working. So we'll do this. Go to main. Yeah. So keep things simple. Let's have two functions, right? Of our app's lifecycle. One is, let's say, in app maybe, right? And yeah, on success it will return true. And also let's have like update app, right? Or yeah, why not? Yes, we'll take a load. Let's time. Yep. So that is it. So this SDL initialization stuff we can, and also this glad initialization stuff we can cut this. We can paste it here and modify this and use something better. Like it's selected 4.6 if I remember right. And we can call this let's say text editor. Yeah. And then we can have something like our app state, or we can write like this. And just trying some ways. So yeah, app state can have the window, right? In future, we can have multiple windows. We can have context. I don't like this big name as long as they're understandable. That's good for me. And yeah, the app is running, right? And this will be set to the null pointer exactly, right? So we can create a new app state, which will say that the app is running, but ideally it should say it's not running. Alright. And we can also have title. Maybe include the string. We can have a string title. Something like that. We can use the title. So we can have an abstract reference, and using that app we can use the history of the title for the create method. Also we keep things a bit like this. Maybe it's here window. So for now I don't want resizable. This is static string. This should not have any problem. Let's say can do something like this maybe. I should relook error. No, this is not an error. Wait, we can have a title. Have put and initialize members of object string akka int which just okay. So let's keep it as yeah. So let's just use the old school way. Let's say that should be enough, I think. So you can just keep the title. Similarly, you can have with let's say and height. So this so you can have height and init app will return app. So yeah, and we will just create the app here and we will return it, right? So I don't have any previous script. I am just going along. So yeah, that might be it. I'm being taken care of. I don't think I did this thing. But I can say app pertaining to net and I can just return the app. Right. Here I can just maybe return running false. Yeah. So because I have these default values, I can just read it like this also. Right. So here also I can write it like this. Right. So this is a good way of having things. Maybe don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So we initialize everything. How about that? Because we will also be using its events. Right. Now this app has been built and returned. You can try doing something this. While the app is running. I can hold the events. That's good. And then I can just have something like, let's say, not once, um, timestamp, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, once we have processed this, we're going to update. What we can do is we can get the current time. We can update the using uh, current time minus timestamp divided by, let's say, point. I don't know. This will be returning in milliseconds. So let's say we'll just see what kind of uh, thing is being returned. Right. So that's about it. We don't make any assumption. Okay, this thing I don't think work. I will just put this 1.0 to understand. But let's just first try to get this thing running. Right. So yeah. So yeah, we need to do some work, but we should be get going. First of all, we that's fine. It's just that include cannot be found. But apart from that, there was a genuine error. Right? You remember, correct? There was a genuine could not convert false from there is some. Okay, got it. Uh, so what they're basically saying is it could not convert false. If they were they able to convert running? If they were able to convert running, then they should also be able to convert false. Is that wrong to assume? So only error is this line number 40. So this includes necessary is the list. Yeah, previous one was also this. Don't know what's its problem, but for now I don't care. If you're not allowing me, you can simply do something else. Simply come here. I am not fond of this 60 stuff. Mm, And yeah, I can just say app dot running equals to false and just return app. That also what I can do, right? So if I just do that, right? So only available in C++, blah blah blah. Okay, so should we use 20? Restart. And let's hit make segmentation fault code dump blah blah blah. Okay, it should work in 70. Yes. Let's understand what the problem is, and then it will be solved. So yeah, otherwise we will just do on Windows, just link the libraries or from here also. HTML is not the problem, I think, but uh, yeah. So is it written like this? No, it's a valid syntax that I know. But for now, let's just do as the Romans do, falling back some old version. If I make segmentation for code dump, okay, initializing the application. Why are you saying code dump? This is this. Create an app. I need everything. Let's say I don't do this right now. I don't do this right now. Here code dump segmentation fault. Where am I having segmentation fault? There should not be any segmentation fault. Just to be safe, let's put them here. But that should not be an issue, right? Don't need to specify these things right now. Where are you getting segmentation from? So it's only moving. Is fine. There is this initializing application, and here is this application, right? The text editor. Yeah, so it took a lot of time and it doesn't even close, but that's fine. We can deal with that. Uh, maybe not. Yeah, so we made it stop, but now we have somewhere to go. If needed, we can also go for software rendering. That's also fine. So yeah, we can go for software rendering, but no, let's go for OpenGL because that's the title. So yeah, uh, we had source main, right? Now that we have this app running should it should be closed now. If the event is still here, why didn't it close then? Oh, this WSL is kind of really broken, I think, at this point. It's pretty much unusable. So I think we need to stick to Windows. Yeah, that's a bummer. But what can we do? Mm, I don't want to install a virtual machine and run Ubuntu in that. Yeah. So now we're going to do it for Windows then. Don't see any other way around right now. So um, yeah, but yeah, Windows. This is still to like normal stuff is not also working, right? it's getting the flags and everything. Right. So let's try doing it here. Or I can do one thing actually, but I don't want to do that. I have a small wrapper that will work for Windows. Yeah, like from there I can copy code and show you. Yeah, why not do that? It will be fun that way. Yeah. So let me first find that thing out, right? So I'll just so yeah, that will be fun. Right. So what we will do is mm, I mean, yeah, we can use VS Code for coding. Why not? Let's try using VS Code. Let's create a source folder. Inside source, we'll have, let's say, .cpp. Right. Let's have bin folder where our binary will go, and let's have a builder that file. Right. Okay, just maybe invoke CL exactly Microsoft compiler for now. And we can later use something for Linux. Why not? So yeah, so we'll go inside bin, right? Uh, um, and we can just uh, download HTML, right? The old-fashioned way. You can use PCPKG, but you might not have it. This way, you can like except say you will be using GCC, but other than that, it will be very same. So I can create a folder here called deps, right? Like before. I can download HTML here and somewhere you can download glad also. Right deps. So now No, I was going to show you how we use OpenGL, right? Not like that. Not shit, but that's fine. You're going to do something more cool, actually. Just give me a second. So we'll go there in the text editor, maybe. Yeah, here, and let's go inside source and let's just start doing some nice things. For example, uh, I'm thinking whether I should code it like explain. I'll just copy and explain to you. That will be better. Yeah. So 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 this is our current structure, and what I want is inside source uh, uh, folder or a header file. And we just start with a simple header file called platform windows dot hpp. Right, right, something like that. So it was disappointing. I thought that WSL at least the graphics will work. Like the basic thing was breaking, so it didn't make any sense to go any deeper. But now let's forget about the sad things and let's look at some juicy parts, right? So yeah, let's do that. Mm, so let me see. So right. So, first of all, you need to include Windows, right? Do any kind of because the header file I'll be copying from is a much more bigger header file. I'll just copy the relevant stuffs. So that makes sense. So this gives you all the like Windows related stuffs that you might require, right? And all these other things I don't need, but I would like to have these two libraries for Windows GDI and for OpenGL, right? And also for like common stuff, I would maybe like to have user 32 as well. Uh, then, yeah. So next, what we can do is we can have a namespace to keep things simple, right? So let's say win, right? Something like that, maybe. Uh, platform win. I don't want like multiple nestings, right? We can deal with something later, but we can have that for now. And normally we would need this stuff. So I'll just straight up copy paste and then just explain, right? So these are for the key codes. So we have created this codes for our input capture, these key codes. So these macros are provided by Windows library for the particular keys. Okay, these are for mouse. I don't know if we need that, but this is handy to have. And we can have this structure as well, which basically is doing what I will tell you. So yeah, so this structure is basically an event, right? So in this event, you have this two uh, values, 32-bit values, W param and L param. Okay. This is how Windows systems work, and you have a message, right? So depending on and this message is the basically the type of the event, right? And this handle is your window basically, which window the event is coming from. So what we can do is we can check the message against for a particular type of event, and then we can check a particular parameter for in case of key down or like key press up, it's equal to this thing, right? So you just get the key, whatever this key value is in this keyboard list, and uh, fortunately the ASCII values are just the capital cases, right? I mean the letter values, letter key values. So we cast them into W param, so the 32-bit value. So we treat these as 32-bit values. That's why like, these values are assigned. All these values are assigned, and yeah, we check it with the W param. Same goes for mouse. We just check for the event type and so on. And this too, I think I will need some header file which will get this fixed. So, but I don't remember which one. But these two are there. That's what I know. Yeah. So that fixed it. SX. And also, right now I don't want to deal with Unicode characters. Right. I want things to be simple and be in ASCII. If that makes any sense. Now that we have our event, right, we can focus on the Windows stuff if I find, right. This is very big. We will just do a small subset of this. I'll just uh, write a small subset of this. That should do. So now that we have this Windows events, we need some kind of callback, right? Whenever a event is thrown, that callback function will be called. That is the mm, main gist of it, right? In this case, we have this winproc function that will basically act as your callback, right? Now we can have, let's say, a struct like window, for example, right? So let's do that. And in this struct, I can have a handle the window. So that's how normally work, right? And yeah, each instance, I don't care. I can just get the current instance. That's what does not matter. But the same other things like yeah, handle to window is all I need actually, right? And I can have a function which will just return that. So I can get this. Uh, yeah, right. But it will not take the instance, right? So the instance will be the correct. Um, that should do, right? And by default, this function is already somewhat defined. That makes sense. We'll just follow. Okay, window. Platform window, maybe. with fancy names, but that will do, right? And this is null pointer. Now I can say that like window to window, and then we can return that window, right? Now obviously we will take this and maybe some more, but we'll see that later. Right now we'll just create one window. So first thing first, we need that instance, right? So get module instance will give me the current running apps instance, and we will also need some like class definition for our window, because that's how basically Microsoft operates, Windows operating system operates. So I don't have a parent right now. I don't care about parent, right? I just use a window class. Okay. Right. Now it's its issue. Defining a header file. Yeah, obviously, everything I do is defined in a header file. So what can I do? But it is a warning. I can ignore it. Not I will not. So we'll just that will be dirty, very dirty. I don't want to do that. Windows. Let's see here. Maybe we can change this to Windows. Actually, let's try that thing. Right? Is it working here in Windows? That will be nice. Dot. What is this? Oh, here inside. You can say dot TV size is this, not by the other things, right? Care about the brush right now. Also don't care about the cursor. Just this will be fine actually. So we need the class name. That and average background. And I want to have own DC. That is more important to me. Oh, that is already there. So yeah, this should look good. Don't know if it will work. So here saying let's just have it. Why not? So now that's being done, I can create the, we can register the class and create the window, right? So we will copy this code, we will modify it accordingly, right? So first thing first, let's format this. Care about this stuff. This is for full screen. I don't want full screen, right? So we can just ignore it. Why did I copy this? Oh, there are a lot of flags here. We don't need that. We just need to adjust the size. Right. So that we have the correct inside we can hide. Now we can create the window also. Right? With all the parameters. Well, I'm not describing these things. I have a tutorial, you can see that. Very old. On how to create windows on C++. I'm just following that only. So yeah, this is null. This is null. Uh, Could I have an instance right already? Finish that instead. Null. To see if we need a menu. Right now, we don't need menu. Right? Yeah, maybe not. And this will obviously be window.handle. Right? Yeah, like that. So yeah, I'm basically I have created this class here, right? Now I'm saying that create platform window. So whatever I write in now, create this. Is this also? Yeah, create display window. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's why it was complaining. It should be a static function because it's not a member function. Flying was trying it, that warning. So now actually create windows should also yeah, end that create. So now that the window has been created, we need to show that window, right? Where is that? Yeah, and we can have for our window some kind of I'll say this create window works like this. It is a static method. It returns a window, right? And now my window is created. That's good. But I just want to have those methods here, like that update and delete. Those two methods I want here. So what I can do is you can have something like function, some functions maybe. Include header function is not directly used. Yes, right. Only one. So std function. So yeah. So we will have for now on init which will be null obviously, and this function will be of type boolean, and it will take what? It will take a window obviously. Right? Then our this create window stuff will happen. So basically create window this thing, it will return a window, right? But essentially the on init function you will be passing to this, right? How do you pass it to this? So just forget about sometimes this object oriented way makes sense. delete all the background related stuff. Okay. Yeah. So now, the idea is this: we have this on in it, and we will also have like on update kind of thing. Function of- and it will be like on update. Yeah. So we have this, right? And now I'll just call on update to 0. Don't care. But essentially after this is done, right? We're going to call on in it, right? Pass. Right. So this create window will has now effectively created a window, which is this, right? So this create window will create a window, right? Or we can just call this in it. That is better. Like I'm trying to decide what to do. So we have this in it, right? Now on Windows, whenever the window is initialized, whatever is set to on in it will be called if, that is. And yeah, it does not need to return a window. It does not need to create a window. It is just a Boolean function inside window. It is supposed to return so how is that? And I'll get this as pointer. Why not? Right. So yeah, so this will just become handled, right? And this will also become handled. So now that the window is created, right, I will be more interested in creating the OpenGL side of thing, maybe. Right. So but also this function needs to be declared. So let's just do that first. I'll just straight up copy that function if I get. So yeah, I can have a message call that like this. Right. And I'm basically just taking those parameters and creating a EV variable out of it. Right. So I'm creating a EV variable out of it. And then maybe I will have some windows. Actually, let's just copy this whole thing. Why not? I already have some working code. Like, why don't I use it? That is a very good point. I have wasted a lot of time today because like, after a long time I'm trying to do a streaming. And I know most likely it's going very awful. So I'll just yeah, copy this and explain and just create a window and open GL context very fast. Yeah. So, yeah. So let's do that. Um, let's first create this whatever we have done. So we can just visual mode and create this one. And we can again, yeah, and we can get this header file platform address, right? So this is not a very big header file, and what it essentially has is a init method, right? But what like I was trying to do was these things, right? You remember, and then I create this. Now, the part is that how it works. Let me explain it. So this part, till this part, you know. So I have different yeah, different callbacks, right? So on close, I maybe want to close the window. On update, maybe I want to update the window. On initialization, maybe I want to initialize the window, and so yeah, and so on. And this is just a utility class that I normally use whenever I need to play with some graphics stuff. So that's all about it for Windows platform. And like another question is, how do you create like OpenGL, right? So there is two part to it, but I will come to that later. But the idea is that after your Windows information is declared and that class is registered, you basically need to like here I'm just doing for different purposes the size, adjusting the size for whether it's full screen or whether it has borders or not, and so on. Based on that, I'm creating the new adjusted window size, and I'm updating the basically the width and the height for the client region. For that, I'm just creating the window using create window exa because I'm using the ASCII version, right? And then if the window is successfully created, then this handle will have the correct window. So in that case, I'm setting the valid equals to true, followed by if the window is let's say not valid, right? So in that case, I'm just setting this as false. Like I mean, if the window is not supposed to be shown, then I'm just hiding the window, right? Then I'm calling this on init method, and this is another implementation of that method only. This is the destruction. Basically, you need to clear up any kind of allocation you have done. In this case, I have created that drawing context, the GL context that I needed to delete. The same goes for the device context. I told that I will use my own device context, own DC. And then this is just like cleaning up the children windows if any window spawns from that window. And here is the update. It just updates itself and then updates all its children, right? And if it is using OpenGL, in that case, it sorts the buffer and so on. And this is just some utility function like I want to resize or I want to enable resize. I want to change the position of the window. I want to set the dimensions of the window directly. I want to set the title. I want to make the window center. So now the important part is this thing, like how do you create a OpenGL context in Windows, right? So for that, you first get a device context, right? Because if you remember, in the window creation time, when we were giving the like window class, when we were creating this window class, we specifically said that we will be using our own drawing context, right? DC device context, or I don't remember whatever it is, but essentially it will be what we will be using for drawing. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, so where were we? Yeah. Mm, so here, basically, I'm getting the drawing context, and then you need to create this pixel format descriptor. Okay, this is how Windows expects it. You have to fill it up. You specify different things like you want the color format to be RGBA and so on. Okay, so once that's done, you basically set the pixel format, right? You choose the pixel format and then you set the pixel format. After that, actually create the OpenGL context for a window. Inside Windows, the function that is provided is this thing, WGL create. window context, right? And to use the context for a given window, you just attach that context to the device context, right? And when you attach that context to a device context, that is the DC, that is get DC, whatever this get DC returns, that is going to be the surface on which OpenGL will draw. And because it's drawing on this device surface, and this device surface is derived from the actual window. Handle means the window itself. So yeah, so basically on the actual window it will be drawn. Now you can just also like change the set the device context to for null pointer, and you will be no longer drawing to the window. And you can also check, like, because I have created these member variables here up, right, in this file. I can check that yeah, whether it's like these two variables, like the types is HDC and GLRC, GL resource or something, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. So after that, what is there is like I have a function, callback function, which basically does an interesting thing. It takes a member function, right, and it replaces the actual function, this function, in this uh, here, like this Windows procedure. It actually overrides this Windows procedure for that particular class. So for every window, I can create like 5 windows in different threads, and they will run, and they will have their own like on update loop, right? So I know. So that's what here I'm doing. I'm whenever the like this is where it starts. Okay, by default this is where the Windows procedure starts. But as the Windows procedure starts, I and like if whenever I'm creating the window, okay, forget about this part. Okay, this is for the closing part. But focus on this. Whenever the window is going to be created, right? NCC create. That is what basically it's like related to. Like whenever a window is being created, it creates the like throughout a Windows life cycle. Whenever you click a button or do you do anything, creates different events, right? And those events have this value, different values. So this is an event for the window is being created. So what I am doing is first of all, when the window is being created, I will obviously have the window, right? So I'm getting that window from this L param, right? And I'm very interpret casting that to L param to the window, and I can do that because when I'm creating this window, right? When I'm creating this window, if you remember, I'm passing this struct itself as the L param. Okay, so this is how you can basically pass down that struct here. So now that I have that struct, right, I have that pointer to the struct, the actual struct. What I can do is I can set that struct's handle, right, to this handle. That is cool. First thing, and second, I can set this thing, and this is the cool part, right? So what I'm essentially doing is I'm setting the user data, and the user data what I'm setting is this new struct that I have collected from here, which is basically actually the window struct that is this wrapper function, right? And once I have that, right, once I have that struct, what I can do is I can basically say that okay, now you have this struct, right? So use its own message callback. You don't need to do anything else. You just use its own message callback, and you return this, right? So this is all about it. So shockingly. So the similarly, we can add another mm, file for, let's say, OpenGL, right? Given I don't know if it's just for now. Let's OpenGL include maybe dot HPP, or maybe just mygl dot HPP. Why not? Right. The most bad name of all time, right? So let's just get the whole thing copied and then I'll explain. Right, that will be fast. Like these two, you can basically. I was initially thinking that I will be using like HTML and I will be doing like using, how do I say, like I will be using HTML and yeah. So that was my previous assumption. Okay, but included with is not directly used, so I can just do this, right. Yep. And so now I thought that if I'm doing it on the Windows, because the WSL is not working, maybe that I can just have my own code I had already written before that could be used for the platform layer abstraction, that is to communicate with the Windows operating system, what SDL and GLAD was supposed to do. So this platform Windows was basically represented of what SDL used to do for us, processing those events, sending those events, and calling those right callbacks at right times, right? These things, right? So here you can see this event is coming, right, and this event is coming on event, and this on event, if you look right in the actual message callback, this on event is being called, right, with the correct event being created. And that's what I said. But and I will say that you can say refer to my, like I have a video on like basic window integration stuff, so you can refer to that. And I already told you how you are doing the GL stuff, right? So then the same stuff here in my GL as well. So I'm just including the OpenGL related headers and maybe ensuring the OpenGL related like libraries are connected. And similarly for like this is for Linux maybe. So I don't know, like this is cross-platform maybe. This is an old file, very old file, but like I can use this. So here are all the macros for all the OpenGL variables, right? And like if we really go down, right, we can see all these definitions basically being attached. So I just had written a JavaScript file which just went to GLAD and just generated this file. So the goal was that I don't wanted to have that like C file also included, and, like, including bunch of header files, rather than just in one header file I wanted to have. So the idea is simple, and I will explain you that part. So that part is this: like you first create a function signature, right, and then you create a static variable with that function name, right? This is how you load functions at runtime, because what you're essentially doing is you're reading like from the DLLs the functions that will trigger the GPU. So these functions are directly written for the GPU, okay, for the OpenGL implementation by, if you're using, for example, like RTX GPU. So in that case, NVIDIA has written the actual hardware implementation for this function pointer. So first of all, you define the function pointer type. Okay, so type def is basically a way to use a name to refer to some other type, right? For example, here I'm using this name to refer to a function that is of this type, void, and it takes these parameters. Now, these names themselves, they don't make any sense. The order of the parameters matter. Okay, in most cases. So now of that type, you create a variable function, and you set that to null pointer, right? Because at the start of the program, you don't have those functions. You will be loading those functions at runtime. So at runtime, whenever this function is being called, like just GL load func, what will happen is that I'm going to load these functions. And for that, Windows provide me a handy function called WGL load, where I just pass this to, no, not this is a macro that I had written, WGL load, I think. If I search for that, right, WGL load, WGL, right, we just search for that load. Uh, why did I define that function? So, if we go, let's say, maybe like maybe like s- s- right. So, 5,000 shift G maybe. If we go just a bit down in this file, right? You can see this macro, right? So this macro is nothing but because I have like Linux as well, I think here. That's right. But basically, we define this call style to be std call. Okay, because that's how Windows likes. And I just load the function name, right? Hash means that whatever is passed, convert it as a string. So this is basically the function name I'm writing here, and I load that function name to this particular uh, of this particular type and cast it to this particular type because it's loaded as void pointer. So I cast it to a particular type, and then I attach that to that function. This is how you load functions at a runtime, and this is how they call the OpenGL functions are being loaded. Funny, isn't it? So and now I understand why this vector was included. It is for this float t and in 32t. Okay, so we can't delete the vector. I think yeah, we have to have the vector. So yeah, that's about it. Now, we didn't do what we were supposed to do, but that's the fun of, I think, that's the fun of doing live stream. And I keep on learning as I go. But yeah, so let's just create a window for now. Uh, so let's include maybe platform windows, right? And let's include maybe my GL, right? So next I have let's say int main part. Right. Then I have something like let's see. This is not true. So let's just open this and just see source platform windows, right? I'll just see how it's used. You can use it that way. It's old code, so I don't remember. Yeah, so this part is correct. I created the main window. And the width and height are directly set, right? Not, let's see. So yeah, in it. Now I need to call width and height. Oh, this actually picked up correctly, I think. Yeah, that's why there was my error. So now, yeah. So the update logic window is being updated, and I don't want to scream this. Okay. I don't want to scream this. And on close, you can scream out that I have closed. And on even, we can scream out that, and we can also you can say that like I don't think for alive we need to take care of, but for one thing that we can do, I believe, right, is I can mm, just print the type of event, right? That I can do. And yeah, we don't care about this thing. We care about these things. We like to have a little bit of some kind of yeah. I get it. It's just line wrapping because I'm zoomed out of it, right? So yeah, once that's done, and the most important thing is main window dot init should be after this thing set, right? And then we can close the main, right? So why are you still screaming? Unexpected compiler runs an unexpected included directly. Are you an idiot or what? Where do you think this window T came from? It came from from Windows only. So check that. Okay, got it. Oh, there is no header. Right. So it went. Anyways, I don't care about this. I want main window dot on create. Right. This thing. And what I want to do is after the initialization is done, I want to have like create the OpenGL. Right. And if the GL is not available, then yeah, some error. On update, yeah. So while main window is live, we can update and maybe we can check this. Right. But I think that subwoofer is already done. I don't want to do any of this monkey business. Right. And yeah, let's just see. Right. And on create, maybe I would like to have like in the next stream we can do something else. Or maybe I can clean this thing up. Right. So I don't know. Maybe yeah. But just let's just try to run. And on update, let's just put that. Right now, I'm not interested. We can see that later. But if with that, right, we can do something like this. Say CL. So we had this build dot bat, right? In the build dot bat, we created this thing, like a simple building script. And main.cpp is not the file, but src slash main.cpp is the file, right? Now I just call build.bat. What will happen? You get some kind of error. So dot slash build.bat. Yeah. So onCreate is not a member. And yeah, that makes sense. So because the member is actually on init, right? There is some other error also. I saw. Yeah, obviously you wanted this, right? And yeah, I need to load OpenGL also. So we can do that after the window is created, maybe. So uh, load here function. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of errors will coming, right? But actually it was built, right? If you open that, uh, instead when we have this, right? And here we have this window, right? And here is the events. So if you see, when I'm moving the mouse over the window, I'm getting different events. And I'm pressing different keys, I'm getting different events and so on, right? So this window you can use. And need to check if OpenGL is properly working. So this is an old code, but it works, right? So let's create a red window, right? Let's create a red window. So yeah, so let's just edit build the back to also run it. Because why not? Right. We also want to run that thing. So please do this. Right. So now if we say dot slash to build that back, right? Here dot is not an internal command. Nice. So maybe it does not like dot here. Who knows? But then it will not like slash also. Who knows? Yes. So now if we do dot slash build dot back, okay, bin is not recognized as an internal command. Obviously, the mess it's a file system, not an external command. You don't understand dot slash. Why? Is it double and? I don't think it's double and. Let's try that. It does not work, then does not work. No, dot is not recognized as an internal command. Is it for space? I don't think so. Uh, let's just do it on a different line. This is a bad file. This will run line by line either way. Right. If I just do that, if that is not recognized as an internal command. Okay, I understand. Why would you call this? Now is it a problem? Yeah, obviously this is a problem. Now if I don't give this, when is not recognized as an internal command. I make this like this. Yeah. So now I can see we have a red window and we have our events. Right. But I think the way I wanted to do it is using yeah SDL. Okay, I can do that. But then I thought that why not use this one? So in this stream I just give you an overview of like the code I'm using. And once I publish the code, you'll have this header file. I think this header file will also be available in my GitHub maybe. I don't know. I'll upload it. But like yeah, I had written this one before for OpenGL related stuff, right? So yeah, we can have multiple windows. In that case, we'll have the logic of update here. That's what probably we'll have. I'll see. And yeah, so and everything is in this SP names plus here. That's how it's done, right? So next we can create like the basic OpenGL buffers for like in the next stream, what I'm thinking is maybe I'll create some OpenGL buffers. Right. And so oh, so next we can create like yeah. So actually, people are watching. That's nice. Some people watch. So we can go on that route later. And I can continue developing from here because now at least we have a stable base. We wasted a lot of time, but it was the first stream, so it was kind of a chilly thing. We deviated a bit. We didn't use SDL, what I initially thought, and then we went for this. Like I had an old header file. I just copied and pasted it. That basically does that. And in that old header file, basically, sorry, if you see here in this source, this platform windows, right? We have a very beginner level, but like very small implementation of a Windows wrapper, right? And then we talked about this GL. So it's natural. Like I am right now not seeing like the chat or anything. So I from the next streams I'll try to like do things better. But yeah, so this basically when I push it for Windows at least, right? If you're building using CL or let's say even if you're building using Clang, so that also you can test, right? Like I'll push this after like one or two more streams and I actually have some like basic editing stuff done. But yeah, so what I can do is I can write for Clang, right? Just to be sure that it compiles for Clang. So the standard should be what C++ 17 is good, right? And the output will be bin dot this, right? So if I do that, right, ideally, should it should build, right? Or it might fail, but yeah, it actually built and ran. Like we're getting all these events. Yeah. So yeah. Mm, so we didn't get to like basic drawing part yet, but I can give you the general idea of what I'm thinking of doing. Okay. So we'll do that in the next stream maybe. So HTTP, there is this HTTP2 type, right? This header file. So we can use this HTTP2 type actually. And like HTTP has a lot of header files. If I just search for HTTP, right, dot h, it's an awesome thing. So this all header files are like a header only. So you just copy and paste them, just like the header files I pasted, right? So here you have this like different header files, and one of them is what true type. And true type is what basically a for is. So and it's very cleanly documented. So from this, what you can do is we can like load the sprites for the fonts, right? And we can go even deeper, and we can do some sketchy stuff like we can load the sprites, then we can maybe load them as SDF fields, signed distance fields, and using those signed distance fields, we can like render very crisp kind of letters like how we see here, right? That we can do, and eventually then we can like start writing the text editor. As for the EA, like the data structure, I'm thinking of like using a combination of a list and a gap buffer. So like the list will contain all the pointers to the next lines and it will be updated in the background maybe. And a gap buffer will be like what I'll be using for like having the basic text like written and modified. So for those who are interested, like what a gap buffer is, right? So here is a short description of a gap buffer. So let's say I have something like this, mm, like a rough.txt, right? So let's say I have something like this. So one thing I can do is like I can do this for Windows, this text editor, and other people may contribute for different other platforms, for example, uh, Linux maybe. So in the rough, let's say I have this, right? I so what is a gap buffer, right? So the way we edit text is that maybe I have some text, right? Lot of text. The chances are wherever you are editing, like for example, I'm editing here. The next edit is also be the at the same place. That is the chances are. So one way I can do is that I can have a memory for my like text in the text editor, right? I can have a big memory for my text in the text editor, and in this memory, I maybe have like some amount full, right? And then I want to edit. So what I will do is maybe I want to edit from here. I want to insert this letter here, right? So one approach will be to first like copy all these values, like this whatever is after, and shift them, right? Shift them to here, and then put a. But the problem is that that shift I have to do every time, right? For like these four variables have to be shifted every time, and it will not be four variables. It will be so many letters that will be continuously like shifted one place at a time. It will be continuously shifted one place at a time. This whole data you have to shift. So rather, so to reduce that move, what I can do is when I'm editing, right? So in the initial case, when I'm editing, what I can do is I can shift this part, like I can shift this part here at the end, and then I can start keep on inserting letters here one by one. Okay, I can just keep on replacing the letters one by one, right? And next, when I need to do here, I will do what I will shift these guys again to the last, like that, and then I will start writing here. Right? So that's basically gap buffer, right? This gap is here, right? And I will have some kind of two pointers, one for the beginning of the gap and one for the ending of the gap. That way, I have to like shift the shift operation. I have to do like minimum times, not like for every latest stroke I have to do it, but maybe like after like a few lines, I'm supposed to shift, right? So that will make the life easy, and maybe I'll have a link list of all the all the characters for where the like for the all the positions where the like next line is being started. Okay, so maybe like that I might have so like that I might have a linked list to where the next line is being started. And I can compute this in background, and then I can maybe do that. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we'll get back to that, right? We might also like because this on event is available, we might also create a event driven architecture. And I think that's about it. I think I'll be closing this stream. Um, before that, like I'm not used to this stuff, so I don't know how to get the uh like I don't know how to get the comment section, right? Because I'm using which like I'm not sorry I am used to use OBS Studio for recording, not for streaming. So I'll figure it out. Okay, I just need to see some tutorial. But yeah, we can start working on this after like after we have some like basic letters showing on the screen. I might like on the next Sunday if we sit and we have some basic letters showing on the screen, then I might like create that GitHub repo, and I can keep on regularly updating from the Windows perspective, and you can keep on updating from the other like from perspective. I will give the basic template, and we can keep on working on this text editor in C++, right? We can then we can like after we have, let's say we have like basic text editor running, right? We can do some lexical analysis maybe, and then depending on that we can do some syntax highlighting. Then we may do some like parsing. We can create a recursive descent parser for this like this editor for some languages, and uh, for a popular language you can start, and with that recursive descent parser you can basically create like an AST, right? And using those like analyzing those ASTs, we can effectively create a language server for the editor. So yeah, it will be good. We can do that totally. Yeah. So yeah, I like if I see like good amount of support, I will, or like people are actually like enjoying these streams, then I will be keep working on this particular project. Like I will be doing it from where I live. To be honest, to be total, I'll be doing it from where I left, because I think this is in a good step, right? I need to write some cleanup logic and this, but everything I will write in the stream only. This time I copied, but anyways, and I will be using AI and moving stuff, because otherwise it will be like taking a lot more time. I just want to wrap this in a few episodes maybe. Or we can do some interesting stuff, like we can do some machine learning, or we can do some like other aspects, maybe networking or something like that. Yeah, and maybe some other languages also we might try. So yeah, that's my plan of doing a stream on Sundays. Okay, I will try to continue to do around this evening time, one stream every Sunday if possible. And yeah, and we'll be doing different stuffs in this. So thanks for coming, guys. And I'm like totally. I have to like find out first how I can get the comment section, because I didn't. I thought that nobody will come. I will just do some practice stream, but some people actually came. It was nice, and I can't like start hearing myself. If I do that, then that will be bad. But yeah, it was nice. Anyway, so what ID are you using, right? To answer that, I'm using Vim. Okay, I'm using Vim, NeoVim to be exact. It's a text editor. And yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, this both totally works. I don't know, like things didn't go according to plan, right? And I changed the plan. I don't have like a built-in script that I will be following. So I'll be maybe copying some things and from here and there. They're just like I copied here, right? From other previous projects if I have some code, because I have written that code to be used. So why not? But I'll be explaining the code, so it should be fine. Yeah. So that's about it today, guys. Have a nice remaining part of the weekend, and yeah, have a nice day.